Where is God in tsunamis and natural disasters? In 2004, the Sumatra earthquake caused a wave of tsunamis which killed around 220,000 people in 14 different countries. In 1985, an earthquake struck Mexico City, leaving over 100,000 homeless and killing about 6,000 people. Where was God? What about other natural calamities like sickness? Is that just a result of the fall, or does God have the final say over our sickness and how long we must endure? Basically, can you trust God when it comes to nature and natural disasters in your life? Well, in this video, we'll be taking a closer look at what the Bible says about God's rule over suffering, sickness, and disasters, and how that should help you trust Him more. It's coming up. Welcome to Books of the Wise, where we talk about theology, good books, and the Bible. And this is our fifth video in our series on this great book by Jerry Bridges, Trusting God. Be sure to get this book for yourself with the promo code in the description box below. Firstly, let's consider God's control over all of nature. Jeremiah 14 verse 22. Are there any among the false gods of the nations that can bring rain? Or can the heavens give showers? Are you not He, O Lord, our God? We set our hope on you, for you do all these things. Psalm 147 verse 16. He gives snow like wool, he scatters frost like ashes, he hurls down his crystals of ice like crumbs. Who can stand before his cold? He sends out his word and melts them. He makes the wind blow and the waters flow. Isaiah 45 verse 7. I form light and create darkness. I make well-being and create calamity. I am the Lord who does all these things. Nature functions not just by self-determining laws, but by the direct providential hand of God. When we think of God's control over the weather, we tend to only think of those natural disasters, right? But we must remember God is control over every single sun ray and every drop of rain we so often take for granted. Matthew 5:45, for he makes his sun rise on the evil and on the good, and sends rain on the just and on the unjust. The air you breathe right now is from God. The tsunami also comes from God. Both productive as well as destructive forces of nature are in the wise and loving hands of our Father. So knowing that God is in control of all nature, let's secondly look at God's control over sickness. Exodus 4 verse 11. Then the Lord said to him, who has made man's mouth? Who makes him mute or deaf or seeing or blind? Is it not I, the Lord? Deuteronomy 32:39. See now that I, even I, am He, and there is no God beside me. I kill and I make alive. I wound and I heal, and there is none that can deliver out of my hand. God claims that ultimately all sickness and illness is in His hands. There might be secondary reasons or causes for our sicknesses, like lack of exercise or bad diet, but God rules providentially over all of these things. So let's close with some applications of these truths. In general, this should give you hope in calamity. Calamity is not outside of God's loving hands. You can trust that when calamity hits, God has a purpose for your good. On a day-to-day basis, this should make you thankful for all natural blessings. Jesus said the sun shines on you from a God. Do you recognize that? Do you give thanks for God for the sun? The rain falls from God. The food you eat comes from God. He causes plants to grow and feeds us. This should give you a profound thankfulness for literally every good thing you have. And lastly, immediately stop complaining about the weather and other discomforts. Now, that's a very ordinary human way to respond, but it reflects a heart that doesn't trust God. Bridges writes on page 89, whether the weather merely disrupts my plans or destroys my home, I need to learn to see God's sovereign and loving hand controlling it. Remember, God is not just sovereign, He's also infinite in wisdom and perfect in love, which we will delve in some future videos, Lord willing. And even if you don't understand why God would allow certain things, we can still echo this amazing song by Habakkuk, chapter 3, verse 17. Though the fig tree should not blossom, nor fruit be on the vines, the produce of the olive fail, and the fields yield no food, the flock be cut off from the fold, and there be no herd in the stalls, yet I will rejoice in the Lord, I will take joy in the God of my salvation. God, the Lord, is my strength. He makes my feet like the deer's. He makes me tread on my high places. Well, thank you so much for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe if you found this video helpful. And until next time, God bless.